Hello viewers, welcome back to Introduction to Indices. As I've promised earlier that I will be bringing you solution on some basic indices question that you can solve. Now, here's another one. We have 16 raised to power 3x equals to 1 over 4 into bracket 32 raised to power x minus 1 close bracket. Now, when you have a question like this, most students find it difficult to even ascertain. Start asking unnecessary questions. Now, the best question you can ask yourself is this: what is the problem? This is an indices question. You need an indices rule to solve it. But there's a problem here. And what is the problem? Check it. Which one are indices? Which one are numbers? Now, looking at 16 raised power 3x is an indices. 1 over 4 is a fraction. Why 32 raised power x minus 1 is an indices. So 1 over 4 is the problem. The number one problem we have to solve. Now, remembering some of the rules of indices by saying that says what? A raised power minus 1 equals to 1 over a. So also I can also say 1 over a is equals to what? A raised power what? Minus 1 equals to means what? Vice versa. This is a part of the rule. Now, applying this rule to the fraction here, we have what? 16 raised power 3x equals to what? 4 raised power minus 1, the fraction, into bracket what? 32 raised power x minus 1. Now, the first step has been done, which is everything now on the question is now indices. Now, the second question is this: what is common between the, because each question will tell you what is common between them. And if they are not common, it will tell you another thing to do. So the question is always, I do tell students, the question is always the one that will solve the equation. Now, looking at this one, 2 is common to 16, 2 is common to 4, 2 is common to 32. Now, let's apply that. 2, how many 2 will you see in 16? We have 2 raised to power 4, into bracket 3x, equals to how many 2 in 4? 2 raised to power 2, into bracket what? Minus 1, close bracket. Why 32 means what? 2 raised to power 5, into bracket what? X minus 1, close brackets, then the bigger brackets. Are you with me? So 2 raised power 4 will give us 16. 2 raised power 2 will give us 4. While 2 raised power 5 will give us what? 32. I've told you, you need to learn how to convert numbers to indices. It's very important. If I were you, I'll go and look for, or go and write it out. Power of numbers, that's why I call it power of numbers. Power of 2. Write it from 2 raised power 2 to 2 raised power 8. So that when you see some numbers, you familiarize yourself with it. You write for power of 3, power of 4, and so on and so forth. You write 3 raised power 2 to 3 raised power 8. 3 raised power 2 will give you 3 times 3, which is 9. 3 raised power 3 is equal to, so you write it like that, so that when you see numbers like that, you familiarize yourself with them. You will have known what they will give you before you solve. Now, continue. Now, from another law of indices, I told you the law of indices is what we have. We've turned everything to indices now. Now, before we now solve, we ask ourselves, which law can we apply again? Remember the law of multiplication. Sorry, I said we know English and mathematics. Now, remember this law. I said a raised power m into bracket n equals to what? A raised power what? M times n. You can see with the laws, you can solve them. That's why I said the rules or the laws are very important in solving indices, because each step takes one of the rules or the law to attack them. Now, looking at this, following this man now, this law, you can say 4 times 3 has to give us what? 2 raised power what? 4 times 3 equals what? 12x equals to what? 2 times minus 1 equals what? 2 raised power minus 2 into bracket what? 2 raised power. Now, use this 5 to open this bracket. We have what? 5x minus 5 close bracket. We are getting there. Now, another thing, 2, 2, 2. The base are all the same now. We have 2, we have 2, and we have 2. The base are all the same. But we need to make the both sides have the same base. Now, between 2 raised power minus 2 and 2 raised power 5x minus 5, what is there? The bracket means multiplication. Now, introducing the multiplication law that says what? First, let me rewrite it by saying 2 raised power 12x equals what? 2 raised power minus 2 times 2 raised power 5x minus 5. Multiplication. A raised power m times a raised power n equals to what? A raised power m times a raised power n equals to what? A raised power m plus n. Multiplication. You can see I've applied 1, 2, 3 law just to solve this one question. So applying that now, I have a 2 raised power 12x equals to what? Multiplication. This will give us a 2 raised power minus 2 plus 5 raised power x minus 5. Now, I didn't put this man in bracket because it is plus. Plus multiplied by anything we give. But the moment is minus, please put it in a bracket. It's very important. Now, the base are the same now. The base are the same and at both sides of the equation. So the base can what? Cancel out. We are left with what? 12x equals to what? Minus 2 plus 5x minus 5. Now, this is just a simple linear equation. So you do what? Collect the like terms. By collecting the like terms, let's move 5 here and let's rearrange this. We have what? 12x minus 5x equals to what? Minus 2 minus 5. 12 minus 5 will give us what? 7x. We have 7x equals to what? Minus 2 minus 5 will give us what? Minus 7. Divide both sides by 7. We are left with what? X equals to what? Minus 1. You can see with the few steps and the laws applied, every equation is simple. Thank you. I hope to see you in my next video. I hope to see you watch my next video. Thanks in advance.